We join you this morning from the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. Battleground, Pennsylvania, once again set to play a key role in this consequential and contentious election. Around this point 4 years ago, Trump behind in the polls by 4 points, ultimately winning the state in 2016 by less than 1 point. Today, he's down by 6 percentage points, according to 538's polling average. And while 52% of suburban Pennsylvania voters went for Trump in 2016, helping to put him over the edge, according to one recent poll, nearly 60% of likely voters in the Pennsylvania suburbs are now backing Biden. Our partners at 538 say Pennsylvania is the state most likely to be the tipping point in 2020, potentially putting either candidate over the top. And with just 1 week and 2 days to go to the final votes, COVID cases are surging across America. More cases reported on Friday than any other day since the pandemic began. Now, more than 8.5 million cases nationwide. And overnight, we learned the vice president's chief of staff has tested positive. Despite being considered a close contact to the top aide, Pence is set to stick with his current schedule, continuing to campaign. It's against this backdrop that both candidates are making their final pitches. And with few days left in this cycle, every moment counts. Both campaigns barnstorming Pennsylvania this week, but so many voters have already made up their minds. At least 57 million Americans have cast their ballots. This morning, we begin with the voices of voters, where they stand at this critical juncture in a race where anything can happen. The last installment of our series, 6 for the Win. Driving through Pennsylvania, it's easy to see the intensity of election fever. From the cities to the suburbs, stretching to the rural areas, campaign signs compete with the fall foliage for top billing.
I would say everything. All his policies I agree with 100%.
About 10 miles west of Philadelphia, 60-year-old Tanya Seletsky is the kind of enthusiastic supporter the Trump campaign hopes will prevail in this must-win state. Is there anything over the last 4 years that has given you pause about Donald Trump?
I would say no at this point, because when I'm researching what he does say, there's facts backing it up. I see social media, I'm very active on social media. So I do my research. Things that he brings up are exactly what me and my friends talk about in our kitchen. When we're sitting around having drinks and talking about politics and government, he's exactly spot on.
In 2016, results from the Keystone State were one of the big shockers. Trump winning the longtime Democratic stronghold by a slim 44,000 votes out of nearly 6 million cast. Who'd you vote for in 2016?
Trump.
Donald Trump.
Who are you voting for in 2020?
Biden.
Joe Biden.
There are worrisome signs for Trump. Some who voted for him 4 years ago have soured on the president. For 30-somethings Morgan and Katie Harris, parents to 2 children, it has all been just too much.
I think it's the noise of everything. I kind of feel like my voice some days is lost in just the noise and the polarization.
With the race relations, with George Floyd's death, with COVID, he had many opportunities, again, to come together and say, like, let's figure this out together. Let's be a unifier. And I mean, time and time again, he's given these opportunities to act presidential, and he doesn't.
And I'm just hoping that Joe can maybe tone the noise down, if nothing else, and maybe just at least bring some professionalism back, some calm, don't tweet, just the basics.
Judy, you're a registered Republican.
Correct. Yep.
Obama, Trump, and now?
Now Joe Biden.
Retiree Judy Ortola says it was the pandemic that changed her mind. Pennsylvania was one of the states to get hit hard early. Almost 9,000 have died here.
When the virus initially hit, neighbors, friends here in my community, we made over 1,000 masks. for the hospitals, nursing homes, friends, and it was a lot of work. And then he had the disrespect to not even wear a mask.
Judy is a member of a highly coveted demographic, suburban women who voted for Trump in 2016, but who switched to support Democrats in 2018. Her town bans campaign signs, which she thinks helps keep the temperature down. Are you friends with Trump supporters?
Very few people talk about it unless you're in close quarters.
Do you have a sense that others feel the same way you do who may have voted for Trump?
No, I don't.
This
Which is what
support's still
bothers
strong.
me, yeah. I don't know how you can support him anymore. You just don't treat people the way he treats people.
We have 10 days left. It may come down to Pennsylvania.
Miguel Rivera doesn't like what he hears from the Democrat.
So you will be surprised that there's a lot of people in Florida and Philadelphia voting for the Republican Party. That doesn't mean necessarily that they are Republican, but that the candidate that is there is the one that promises a brighter future for them. That's all.
Born in Puerto Rico, Rivera has lived in Pennsylvania for more than 25 years, and he thinks it's Trump who promises the brighter future.
He's done a lot for the Hispanic and Black communities in terms of creating employment.
So he'll become a second-time Trump voter on Election Day. Early voting here has been as wildly popular as across the rest of the country, with nearly 1.5 million ballots returned by mail already in Pennsylvania. They don't start counting them until Election Day, which pretty much guarantees the nation's focus will remain intense for days.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.